Ugh, I wonder what's on TV today.
We interrupt this broadcast to bring you breaking news. The President of the United States, Mitt Romney, has died. He was only in office for 5 days. During his campaign, he continuously claimed he would bring down the debt, not knowing exactly how big it was. This morning, he finally decided to ask one of his financial advisors just how large the debt was, and after being told the statistics, he reportedly passed out on the ground and later died on the way to the hospital. His vice president, Ron Paul, will soon take his place in... Oh my, this just in. Ron was on a plane to D.C. to get sworn in when the plane he was on crashed in Lake Erie. Everyone drowned. Well, I guess this means Speaker of the House, Don Key, who has led the majority in Congress for 2 years and presided over the House, will be the next Oh wait. Oh my. While walking to the White House, he was run over by a semi. This means the presidency goes next to pro tempore of the Senate, Early Bird, who has presided over the Senate for 3 years under Vice President Ron Paul. Let's hope nothing else, folks, happens. Oh, more bad news from Washington. The train he was on to D.C. has derailed and everyone died. Now it looks like it'll go to... Okay, I'm hearing that the entire cabinet is being transported to the White House to watch Secretary of State Hillary Clinton. Oh my. The bus taking them has flipped and everyone from the cabinet is dead. This is a tragedy. This just in. Phil Davidson has now been appointed to be president. Yes, folks, the former Stark County Treasurer candidate is now the 46th President of the United States. You can rest assured that our country will be in good hands tonight, folks, as our very energetic president is sworn in. From Washington, I'm Warren Peace for Fox 8 News.
Are you just a bill looking for some love and attention in your life? Then sign up for Match.com today and find the right committee for you. We have lots of members already waiting to be matched with you, including standing committees, the risque kind of committee, set up to review multiple bills of the same type, joint committees, for bills that need attention from both houses of Congress, and select committees, for a bill who needs to be given a committee's full attention, and for those of you bills with split personalities, you can join a conference committee, which will help you settle down and live a steady life. What are you waiting for? Sign up for your 30-day membership of Match.com today. Your perfect committee is waiting.
Hello and welcome back to Antiques Roadshow. We are here in Smithville, Ohio with Mr. Denny Hanrick. What do you have for us today?
This old ballad has been in my family for generations, but I have no idea why it's so important.
Yes, I see. Well, this ballot is probably over 150 years old. It is an Australian ballot, which would have been printed at public expense, listing all the candidates in an election. I'm surprised you managed to keep this ballot since it was given out only at the polls where you would vote in secret. What is special about this particular ballot is that it is in party column form that has not been used in Ohio for years. This means that the candidates are listed in columns by party, with the option of voting completely with one party at the top, as you see here. This type of ballot was favored by political parties because it encouraged voters to choose one party only. We have since moved to office group ballots that group candidates by office, which encourages split ticket voting. This great American artifact is probably worth over $2,000 in this condition.
Today we are selling House Bill 78041. This is a very special bill which will require all children under the age of 14 to eat their vegetables. This will ensure that all American children are healthy and greatly reduce the obesity rates. But wait, there's more! Thanks to special earmarks, $27 million will be allotted to build a statue of President Phil Davidson in every town of America. But wait, there's even more! Thanks to special pork barrel legislation, Congressman John Boehner has added special funds into the bill to pay for amusement parks for anyone from Ohio who votes for him in the next election. And remember, support House Bill 7841. Question 7. According to the relationship between the legislative and executive branches, what kind of government does the U.S. have? A. Presidential, B. Tower, C. Parliamentary, or D. Dog?
I think the U.S. has separate and equal legislative and executive branches, so I'll go with presidential.
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
Correct. Question 8. According to the number who can participate, what kind of government does the U.S. have? A. Dictatorship, B. Direct democracy, C. Banana, or D. Representative democracy?
I have no clue. Can I use a lifeline?
Sorry, you're all out of lifelines.
Well, the U.S. elects officials to make the decision, so I'm going to go with banana.
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
I'm sorry, but the correct answer is representative democracy. You lose.
Hello, I am Henrietta Reasoner, and this is 60 Seconds. Today we will be looking at the landmark Tinker versus Des Moines Supreme Court case from 1969, when Mary Beth and John Tinker wore armbands to protest the Vietnam War to school. The administration would not allow it. The school said the students were disrupting class, while the Tinkers believed that they had the constitutional right to express their opinion. First, let's look at the district court decision.
I rule in favor of the school because I hate children.
Well, that was harsh. Now let us go and see the appellate ruling at the U.S. Court of Appeals.
I rule in favor of the school because I can't decide who is right, and I hate children.
Wow, these judges are being ridiculous. Now let us sit in on the United States Supreme Court.
We rule 7-2 in favor of the Tinkers because students' rights should be protected in school.
Now that judge knows what she's doing. This is just another example of how lucky we are to live in America, where court decisions and congressional laws can be reviewed by higher courts. This is Henrietta Reasoner reporting from 60 Seconds.
A landmark case has been decided today. A man accused of inflicting harm on 3 young girls has been acquitted.
The defendant has been found not guilty.
Are you serious? He mauled 3 people with those arms.
Under the Second Amendment, he has a right to bear arms.
This is yet another example of strict constructionism in the courtroom. The judge followed the Constitution word for word when deciding the case, whereas a broad constructionist judge may have determined the context and purpose of the law when making his decision. The verdict must be a bear for those 2 girls.
Hello, I'm Frank.
And I'm Mike.
Hi.
We're from Antique Archaeology, and we travel around in search of old items and crap. We see you have some cool looking stuff in your barn. Mind if we take a look?
Sure, I'll show you around.
Oh, wow! Look at this!
What is it?
It's the Articles of Confederation.
Wow, really?
Yeah, you know, the Articles of Confederation. It was the first plan the government wrote by the Second Continental Congress. The states adopted it in 1781.
Yes, but not many important powers were given to the central government through the Articles of Confederation. The Articles of Confederation was thrown out because it had many weaknesses, such as there was only 1 vote per state regardless of size. Congress could not collect taxes or control interstate and foreign trade.
There was no executive to enforce congressional acts, no national court system, and it needed all states' consent when making an amendment.
A 9-13 majority is needed to pass laws, and the Articles of Confederation created only a firm league of friendship.
Oh,
It's an amazing piece of history.
so what's it worth? Like about $300?
Well, it's actually worth nothing. I'm pretty sure the Constitution says it's illegal to steal.
Nope, it has a preamble, 7 articles, and 27 amendments, but none of them say not to steal the Constitution.
Well, then what does it say?
The main principles are about popular sovereignty, limited government, separation of powers, checks and balances, judicial review, federalism, the division of power in federalism, powers, and obligations. Run, they're after us!
Wait, give me the Constitution. It's the most important document in the nation.
What did I just watch?
got into the cash car, where you answer questions to win money before you reach your stop. But if you get the wrong answer, you're walking. Where to?
Anywhere but here.
Name the 5 basic functions of the 2 parties in government.
Recruit candidates for office.
Correct.
Develop competing platforms.
Correct.
They accept responsibility for governing after a party wins an election.
Correct.
The party that loses the election serves as loyal opposition.
Correct.
And organize angry mobs.
Ooh, I'm sorry. Incorrect. So close, but you failed. The correct answer was organized elections. Welcome back to The Amazing Race. We are down to 2 candidates left in a race around the U.S. to gain Republican support. In this leg, candidates will need to travel to Smithville, Ohio, and deliver a speech until they receive an approving response from the audience. The first candidate to arrive at the Republican National Convention will win, and the last candidate to arrive will be eliminated. Candidates, are you ready to go?
Yes!
On your mark, get set, go!
Hello, Smithville, Ohio. If I become president, I will ensure everyone gets homeschooled.
Boo!
My turn. My name is Phil Davison. Good morning, Smithville. When I become senator, I'm going to repeat that so there is no confusion tonight. When I become president, I will make all ice cream free!
Congratulations, Phil Davidson. You are the first candidate to arrive, and you are the official winner of the Amazing Race. Your prize is the Republican nomination
And a master's degree in communication.
I'm a bill. I've been proposed by the House. I've been through all the committees. The Standing Committee, the Subcommittee, the Rules Committee. I've been amended and sent to the Senate. They passed me as well, so now I'm going to the Conference Committee. Now I'm on my way to the President. And just when I think I'm going to be a law, I get vetoed. Whoa! And if you don't have bill insurance, you may not survive in Congress. So get Bill State, and be better protected from being vetoed. Like me. Call Bill State. They help convince Congress to override vetoes. Dollar for dollar, nobody protects like Bill State. Welcome to Jeopardy! Tonight's topic, political parties in America. The contestants include Jenny Imhoff, David Moline, and Jessica Roberts. Alright, first question. Which political party, Democrat or Republican, is in support of gay rights and gay marriage? David.
What is Democrats?
Correct. Next question. Which party is more conservative of the 2 parties? David.
What is Republicans?
That's correct. Next. Which party is in more support of a hands-off policy in a free market?
What is Democrats?
Incorrect.
What is Republicans?
Correct. Which party is on the right side in Congress? David.
What is Republicans?
That's correct. Now, last question. Which party is pro-choice? Jenny.
What is Republicans?
No, I'm sorry.
What is Democrats?
That's correct. Tonight's winner is David with 1,200 points. Congratulations. Thanks for watching.
Good morning, class. Today we are talking about primaries and caucuses. Primary, a party has an election, and members of the party vote for a candidate to get that party's nomination for president. Does anyone know a state that has primaries? Ohio. In a caucus, each party has a meeting and decides which candidate to vote getting the party's nomination. Then after the meeting, the members of the party go and vote for that candidate. Does anyone know a state that has caucuses? No. Iowa. Oh, you guys.
Today I'm going to show you how to make a Congress. First, you'll need 435 members of the House of Representatives. When selecting your representatives, check to make sure they are at least 25 years old and have been a U.S. citizen for 7 years. You don't want just anybody in Congress. It is important that you select one representative from each of the 435 congressional districts. And remember that representatives only have a shelf life of 2 years, so be careful. Next, mix in 100 senators. When choosing your senators, make sure that you get 2 from each state. Remember to check to make sure that they're at least 30 years old and have been a U.S. citizen for 9 years. Senators have a shelf life of 6 years, so you don't have to worry as much as with representatives. And remember, every congressman has a different political flavor, so make sure to consult your constituents before making your Congress. So, now we'll just mix this up for a couple minutes here. This is one of my favorite dishes. Let's just try this here. This is so stupid. Welcome back to Family Feud. The category is Roles of the President, and the Smith family already has 2 strikes. What do you think, Terry? Roles of the President.
Well, he represents the nation, so I'll say head of state.
That's correct. Barry?
He has to carry out Congress's laws, so chief executive?
That was number 1. Mary?
He can send legislation to Congress, I guess. Chief legislature?
That's right. Terry?
Chief economic planner?
You're on a roll. Barry?
He doesn't get things done quickly, so chief procrastinator.
I'm sorry, that's incorrect. Leach family, this is your chance. Roles of the President.
Commander-in-Chief of the military.
That's correct. Now let's see what we are missing. Chief of Party, Chief Diplomat, Chief Administrator, and Chief Citizen.
Oh. Hello, and welcome back to $100,000 Pyramid. We are here with Lisa, who is working with Bill to win $100,000. Lisa, all you need to do is guess 7 parts of the government that Bill will describe to you. Bill, remember, you cannot say what is on the card. Ready? Go.
Okay, every 4 years, this group of voters gathers to choose the President and Vice President.
U.S. citizens?
Okay. Each state receives the same number of votes as they have senators and representatives in Congress. They meet in December, and the results are revealed in January, where one candidate must receive 270 of the 538 votes to win.
Maybe we should pass.
No, you got this. Okay. Because most states choose their votes based on a winner-take-all system, candidates campaign more aggressively in the states where there are more voters. If a president isn't chosen by this group by January 20th, the Speaker of the House becomes president, and the vote is decided in Congress. This system represents small states. Voters have no obligation to vote with the popular vote. A strong third-party candidate can make it impossible to reach a majority.
Sadly, you did not get a single answer right. Better luck next time.
Oh, come on. Are you serious? You couldn't get electoral college?
Welcome back to Drafting the Constitution, our heart-wrenching story about the compromises made to protect civil liberties.
Honey, I think we need to separate. It's best for our sweet little Constitution.
But think how much more united and strong we would be if we raised our child together.
I can't go on like this. We can't agree on anything, and we can't figure out our boundary lines. You just need to understand that this relationship is over.
Just let me look at your face one more time.
How dare you? I don't want anything to do with you.
Fine by me.
Join us next week when Stan gives Church some space and lets her believe whatever she wants.
Excuse me, who are you?
We're NCIS, and this is our investigation.
This murder happened in our town. It's our case.
But powers are split between the local and central government. He's an officer in the U.S. Navy, so he's our jurisdiction.
Stupid federalist government. You guys get all the cool cases.
For half a cent a day, you could help protect cows from fatal milking accidents where their ears are caught in milking machines. Is your milk worth the life of a cow?
This message has been brought to you by the special interest group Cattle, Cows Against the Tragedy of Losing Ears.
Hey Pam, make me a sandwich.
That's not in my job description, Michael.
Yeah, well, I'm your boss. I'm hungry, and you're a woman, so chop chop.
Go buy one at Subway.
Well, Subway is good and all, but how about you just make me one anyway? We all know women are so much better at making sandwiches.
That's sexist.
Oh, come on. I'll pay you 50 cents.
You pay Subway $5 for that job.
Yeah, but you are a woman.
That's discrimination.
What are you doing? Hugging a tree. Why? It's what the Green Party does.
There's no party called the Green Party. It's just the two main parties, the Republican Party and the Democratic Party.
I agree, but there's been a lot of talking going around that other smaller parties exist as well, such as the Green Party.
What other parties are thought to exist?
Well, besides the Green Party, there's the Senior Citizen Party.
Bingo!
What'd you say?
Bingo!
What?
Bingo!
Oh, bingo!
And the Lazy Party.
Well, it seems like we need to figure out this myth.
Well, first of all, there are only two parties because of the historical foundation, which is the fact that most political arguments only have two sides, thus only two parties are needed.
There's also political socialization, which is the fact that persistence has been created due to the longevity of the two parties, Republican and Democratic.
Then there's the winner-take-all system, where the winning candidate doesn't need the majority vote, just the greatest amount of votes, and voters never vote for the minor parties because they feel it is a wasted vote, because they feel that the minor parties can never win. So the Republican and Democrat parties stay the two parties of that government.
And lastly, there's a state and federal law, where the government officials write the rules for the elections. They write the rules based on the party they favor, the party being either the Republican Party or the Democratic Party. They never vote for minor parties, so they rise up to the Republican and Democratic parties.
Well, that's a lot of facts there.
I agree. I think this myth is busted.
Crikey! It looks like we've spotted a wild lobbyist in its natural habitat, lobbying in a private meeting with members of the House of Representatives.
So can the cattle interest group count on your support? I believe they'll help win over your constituents.
I don't know.
Maybe a couple Benjamins will help?
Of course you have our support.
Watch as the wild lobbyist uses bribes to get his way.
Wait right there. You are under arrest for giving money to the House of Representatives. Our government does not allow you to give money to lobbyists. Hey Tom, as you can see behind me, the lively young voters are entering their votes in this year's election. As we all know, it is important for the people to exercise their right to vote in a democracy. Because democracy, of course, is important in this type of government where the government answers to the people. Tom, now would be a good time to show us your views of the statistics on voters.
Studies have shown that certain people are more likely to vote than others. The ones more likely to vote include older people, those with better education, those who are Caucasian, and those who are wealthier. Political socialization is the process by which people gain their political attitudes and opinions. As our research shows, voter turnout has decreased in the past few years. This is due to an increase of non-voting voters who don't fill out the entire ballot because they experience voter fatigue. Because an increase of cannot voters who cannot vote for legitimate reasons such as being physically disabled, being in a mental health care facility, and being in prison. And because of an increase in actual non-voters who choose not to go to the polls because they are suffering from low political efficacy and because they are simply lazy. There have also been several efforts to raise voter turnout, including the motor voter law, where you can register to vote when renewing your driver's license, the early voting and absentee voting, and Oregon has eliminated polling places completely to switch exclusively to mail-in ballots.
Why isn't there anything entertaining on? Now this is more like it.
We're no strangers to love. You know the rules, and so do I. I've built commitments while I'm thinking of. You wouldn't get this from any other guy. I just wanna tell you how I'm feeling. Gotta make you understand. Never gonna give you up. Never gonna let you down.